everybody. Welcome back to the show. You are listening to the BMD, your host on Meet the Band. And behind the scenes on a Zoom call, we're starting off today with Scott's Corner. Scott is over there on my left on the screen. He will introduce the guest. And I have to comment on that blazing shirt. You outbeat me on the shirt today. I dressed just casual. I wasn't ready for that shock value. Stand up and give us a little turnaround. We've got to see what's happening. Wow, sir.
It's to go with my golfing.
Wow, that is super
one under
duty.
Today, one under a tree, one under a bush, and one under the water. So
Scott's Corner, as you know, is sponsored by Blackrose Entertainment. He and his wife, Chris, are partners in the music scene, entertainment scene in Durham region, and much more as our cast of friends and fans move out all of Ontario. So I noticed this young lady in the bottom left corner. Scott, can you, so I don't make a mistake, please give an introduction on how this lady arrived before us today?
Well, at the point in time, it all came through with a lot to do with the food bank. Everything's to do with the food bank today and how our community, everybody works together and we try to help everybody throughout the community. And her name is Niki Lundquist. She is our Center Ward Councillor, and she's also the director, I call her the director, of Caremongers Whitby. And I'm going to let her talk about everything. And then when we finish all that, we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the shows that I have coming up in the next month or so.
Okay. Good morning, Miss. Thank you for joining us on Meet the Band. And I'm quite sure you've got lots to say. One quick question before you start. You mentioned Whitby, the food bank food drive. Is it all of Durham region or just the town of Whitby?
So our goal for this food drive is to fill up every food bank in Whitby. And it came about because 2 weeks ago, one of the food banks had to close its doors and turn people away because they ran out of food to provide. And so Scott is one of the members of the original Caremongers Whitby group, which we started during the pandemic. And we did a lot of provision of food for food banks and for individuals in need during that time. And so we've kind of reinvigorated it for a one-off big one-day June 20th food drive across the whole community to make sure that every shelf in every food bank has its shelves filled so nobody gets turned away.
Wow, that is a big undertaking. So tell us, all the listeners, viewers, and fans, to this date, how is it going? Is it moving along, or tell us, are there struggles? Tell us more about it.
So it's going well. We're kind of in its infancy. We had actually shut down Caremongers because it was meant to be a neighbor helping neighbor initiative to respond to some of the crises during the pandemic. And it wasn't a sustainable thing over the long term. But 2 weeks ago when this happened, I reached out to Scott and the other members that actually led each zone. So we go by colors. So we have 2 zones in Brooklyn and 4 in different quadrants of Whitby. Scott leads one of the brown zone, right, Scott? Yeah. Sorry. And so what we do is we will collect all month long. We have porch drop-offs and locations we are posting on social media, and we will be making shareables for everybody. We'll collect all month, and then the day of we'll be set up at various points around Whitby, and including many of the grocery stores. So hopefully we can really secure far more than is needed, at least in the short term. And I'm really excited about how willing people are to step up. It's exactly what we expected because we saw it during the pandemic. And I think our community is really great at responding to need.
Good answer. Good answer. Do you feel that you're going to hit your targets?
I will not guarantee it, but I'm almost positive we will do it. We have done it many times before during the pandemic. Scott, do you remember how many times we filled the food banks? 4 or 5?
I believe it was 4 that we did. I just know my truck was packed and I have an F-150, so it was packed many times.
Yeah. So we will rely on other community partners. We will be reaching out to schools. We'll be reaching out to everybody we possibly can to make sure that nobody in our community goes hungry.
So, big question for you. Don't think it's too tough, but I have to ask it. With the world in such a crisis with Iran, US tariffs, and all that, is it affecting the food bank or drive in any way? Or are people still willing to reach into their pocket and help?
I think that there are local problems that are impacting the food bank in terms of economic insecurity, the cost of living, those kinds of domestic issues certainly are having a profound impact on people. But the thing that I know is that when you give people the opportunity to give and you make it easy for them, they step up. And so often you will see people who have the very least still being willing to give, and so we're going to do everything we can to make it easy for people to provide what they can in the moment that we have before us.
Now, Blackrose Entertainment, with Scott and Chris navigating their end of the entertainment world, giants in the industry, tell us about how you connected with the pair of them.
So Scott lives, I wouldn't say we're neighbors, but we live close together. We have been engaged in, I would say, good works in Whitby for many, many years. We also have some political connections that are similar. And so, I think the thing about doing good in community is that good finds good. And so I was very lucky to stumble across Scott, and not just Scott and Chris, but his entire family, who are really remarkable, remarkable people. And it's been a remarkably good association because Scott is deeply committed to his community, just as I am, and just as many of the other people who work behind the scenes for Caremongers are.
Well, when we started Scott's Corner, which you're on now, Scott and Chris's involvement is heavy duty. And the biggest thing I felt when we talked to Scott way back when was their involvement together in the community, trying to improve things. So I'm not shocked on the food drive or food bank, but I think this is very small waters for Blackrose Entertainment. I think they're ready to become giants in the help in that community too. Especially, can you comment about Scott's shirts?
What I would say is uh, everybody has their own style and their own taste, and it's all welcome in the world that I operate in. Scott, I admire your bravery, is what I would say about your shirt.
Well, I think he looks so sharp in these summer outfits. He's been combating me for coming up to about 3 or 4 years now. Listen, just getting back, Scott, Blackrose Entertainment, you've been doing this for a while, and community is a big part of your business model. Where do you see this thing going? Is it going to be Whitby, Oshawa, Ajax, all of Durham region? Talk to us about the growth.
For the time being, I believe we're going to try and hit all the food banks in Whitby. So right now we're going to keep it condensed in the Whitby area, and hopefully other groups start up in like Oshawa and Pickering, and they help the food banks in those areas. So I think in the short term, it's going to be Whitby that we're trying to fill the food banks in.
Excellent. So, Niki, couple more questions. We'll let you go. Social media IDs, if they want to take this further, connect with you, people in the community, or drop offs or donations, how does that happen?
So the Caremongers have a Facebook page. We will also have social media shareables on Instagram and other social media platforms. We're trying to make it really easy for people to drop off. Not everybody will be available on the 20th when we do the big drive. So we're creating, I think right now we have 35 locations where people can drop for the course of the month. We will distribute it before the 20th if we have enough to do so. We have one zone already that is dropping food off this week to the food bank. I think it will be easy to find us. We've been really good at self-promotion in terms of making sure our community is aware of what we're doing. We had several thousand volunteers and we helped many thousands of people. And so that network has been quiet for some time, but it's firing on all cylinders already. And I think that we will be successful in this. And I'm really excited to see community come together again. I think in tough times, one of the most amazing things is giving people the chance to do something that feels meaningful. And I think this will feel meaningful for so many.
And again, please announce the date and the websites, please.
Sure. It's June 20th. It'll be Caremongers Whitby. So if you type in Caremongers Whitby, you will find us. Our big reach is actually on Facebook because that was the easiest way to start it during the pandemic. But we will also be on Instagram. We will run probably from 9:30 in the morning until 3:30 that day. And our goal is to fill dozens of trucks to make sure that all of the food banks have what they need to get through.
Now, one thing we didn't, and this will be the final question, please talk about the type of foods for donation, or is it all, or specifics, or number 1, 2, 3? Give that a quick comment, please.
I appreciate that. And I wish I had thought of it because it's really important. So all food is important right now. There's no question about that. But there are things that are in high demand. So pasta sauces, cans that you can open regardless of whether you have a can opener are helpful. Things like diapers and baby formula are in really high demand, particularly larger size diapers. Personal care needs are also in high demand. But in terms of food, everything and anything, and please check expiry dates to make sure that we're not giving people food that can't be eaten.
Well, listen, it's been great having you. I hope you enjoyed your shot on Meet the Band with the BMD. You are on the #1 show on Rogers Television. Scott, anything else, or are we rolling into you, sir?
Well, I think that should cover it all. I'm looking forward to this. So, helping as many people as we can in Whitby and the food banks out. So it is exciting to do, especially in this day and age.
Okay, well, we'll spin ourselves, segue right into you. So, what's going on in Blackrose Entertainment? What's hot? What's not? Tell us about the good, bad, and ugly. I know there's not a ton of ugly, but something must have happened out there. But before you get into that, I know I'm full of words today. We last did our together ship there when we were doing the Simply Skinnerd.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner #1 tribute band, and a first timer up, Stone Rolling. I believe I said that right. How did
Stone
those
Rolling
shows go out and work out?
They worked out really good. I tell you what, the Skinner band was really good, but the one that was really excited because it was the first time going on to a theater stage was Stoned and Rolling. They played the bar scene and everything else, and I'll tell you this: the gentleman that was in the lead singer had so much energy. It just translated into the audience, and the audience just was going crazy all night.
So will you have them back? They
Oh yeah, we're looking for dates for them across Ontario.
Wow! So you picked that up really quick, and
oh yeah,
fans
we know what's
show,
good.
I'm assuming.
We know what works. So
now listen, you were bringing in, I think last night, the sound of Sting.
yeah, we actually had the sound of Sting on Friday night. And again, that was the first time for them on our stage at the Regent Theatre. We had them in Midland already. And I'll tell you what, if you've heard somebody sound like Sting, this person sounds like Sting. They play like the band, play like the Police. They were amazing.
So the crowd loved it, and Black was happy.
Yeah, we're rebooking them for next year, a little later in the year in October.
So we got through that little backtrack on the update. What's new in Blackrose? What are you burning the pavement up with, and hopefully not your tires?
Well, we're kind of all over the place this coming up. We're in Perry Sound with it's with Jersey Nights. That's a tribute to Frankie Valli in the Fourth Season. We're at the casino, Pickering Casino, with Abamania and Night Fever. So that's ABBA tribute and BG tribute, and that's on June 13th. That's coming up. Coming up very shortly once he gets online. Al is going to be the Grand Sticks and Journey, which is called Grand Evolution. And they do Sticks and Journey, and they are probably the best at it. Amazing. We're in Coburg with the Linda Ronstadt, the story of Linda Ronstadt. Greece again. We're in, he's come back to the Regent Theater with, it's called Girls Night Out. It's an improv evening. They've been here before. Comedian Alvira Kurt will be headlining. She comes out, she does a good 20-30 minute set before all the improv fun starts. And again, it's a big fun. Again, it's not just for women, it's for men too. It is an amazing show. I love it. It's just fun, Last time we were there, believe it or not, I think there was 10 men in the audience. So I'm just putting that out there. It's not just for women, it's for everyone. They'll really love the show. So those are a lot of the things that are coming up. We're in Sarnia again with the Linda Ronstadt. We're at we have a Simon and Garfunkel tribute coming up with John Sheard, who's pianist and played for, he's performed with Matt Dusk, and actually he's remembered mostly for the, what was it? It's the John McLean vinyl album. He was the music director for that show. So what he's put together is a really good Simon and Garfunkel tribute, and they don't miss a song.
Now, listen, you've got a ton of excitement today. It's not from the new shirt, is it?
It could be. I think it is.
The electronics going out there. It is the real Scott. It's not AI Scott.
Oh, no, it's the real Scott.
You haven't swung over to AI yet.
Not yet.
Your health is in order. Well, I love the shirt. Love talking to you. Niki, thanks again. And I hope the food drive certainly spins up really well. And everybody have a good day. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey folks, the BMD here on my show, Meet the Band. If you or your group would like to be a guest on the show, email us at thebmdpodcast@gmail.com. See you then. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host on Rogers Television. You know me as the BMD. Big Mac Daddy is in the house. And we are blessed with another segment episode on Meet the Band on a Zoom call behind the scenes. And we have Scott's Corner up in the top left. And Scott, please introduce our guest.
Well, this is Al Langlade from Grand Evolution, Hotel California. Zepp show. So he's all over the board. But with us, it's with Grand Evolution and Sticks Journey Show. So, Al?
Al, well, we'll take it away. Thanks for taking the time coming on.
Well, you're very welcome.
Your day on this Zoom call. A couple of questions to start. The band. How did the band get started? How did the collective body get together?
I think it was about 7 or 8 years ago. We got asked to perform. I got asked by a friend of mine to perform at her 50th birthday party, and she's pretty well off, and so she gave me budget to hire some kind of top-notch musicians. And we showed up and did the party, and we liked what we were doing together, and we said let's form a tribute. So originally we were Trilogy Classics Live, and we still are, but it was Trilogy Classics Live because we do Sticks, Journey, and Foreigner.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
It is. So, but the theaters don't like it. They like the one break, and I have to change costumes and all that. So we just pared it down to 2, and we just added a set of Bon Jovi. So we have six different ways we can present. You know, whether it be like Sticks and Journey, like we're doing in Grand Evolution on the 6th of June in Midland Culture Center. You know, or it can be Foreign Jovi, which is Foreigner and Bon Jovi. The list goes on. You know.
How do you adjust your vocals? because those three leads have way different ranges, at least what I remember in the music I hear.
Well, not ranges, like it's pretty, but you got to be a tenor, or a canto tenor, and that's what I am. Even though I was told when I was going to college for music that I was a baritone and to sing down here, and I quit after 3 months. It was ridiculous, but I did learn something from that lady up there in Sudbury at Cambrian College, and it's I'm 64 years old. I've been singing this stuff in the original keys all this time, and I have not had a problem with nodes so I'm doing something right. Yeah.
So, talk to us about your preparation on 64 and sailing into keeping those tones right. What's the practice makes perfect?
It's exactly what you're saying. If I don't warm up for a good hour before I go on stage, and I have a thing called a head hum that I do, which is basically like you hum with your mouth open, basically, and your tongue's up. And I just warm up that way. If I don't do that, it's disastrous.
How long's the band, getting back to the band, the formation of it? How long have the guys been together?
Well, it's been about 7 or 8 years now. Like I was saying earlier, we've had one. We lost our keyboard player basically, who started it with us. He went on to do other stuff, an ABBA tribute and Bee Gees tribute, and he's sort of semi-retired. He kind of moved from where he was in Waterdown to the Kawarthas basically. So he kind of wanted to stay local with his wife and stuff. Daryl Thistle, an amazing singer, great keyboard player, and he was replaced by Omar Ailes, who was with Harem Scarum for about 5 years during their heyday. So he's accomplished, great player.
You played a ton of shows.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep active on that? How do you keep up? You know, I find it fascinating, and we've done lots of tribute interviews.
Mm-hmm.
The flipping from the one show, one idea of the band, flipping to the next, whether it be during the concert, change of outfit. We've seen lots of that. I'm marveled by how that goes on. How do you get your head into Foreigner and then spin right to Bon Jovi as an example?
It's a wig change. I put on a different wig and I come out as that guy and I ham it up. Okay. Like we're not out there swinging our dicks around. Like, we take the music very, very seriously, but we want to have fun on stage. So the audience relaxes immediately. So we sort of poke fun at ourselves, I guess is what we do. I have a banter with my guitar player that gets quite colorful at times, and the audience just enjoys it, because we're kind of poking fun at each other. And once you can make an audience laugh, they can relax and enjoy the entertainment. That's something I learned from a guy named Gary Lacoche.
I don't know you, we've never met, but you seem like quite a prankster and a jokester. Is that true?
I like to have fun. I do. Sometimes to the detriment of my relationship with my wife, because she was like, I think that when she met me, I was the jokester and the prankster, and then after a few years, and that gets kind of, old.
So tell us in the interview now, what can the audience expect coming up night to night?
Okay, well, at the Cultural Center in Midland, we're going to be presenting Styx and Journey. So we're gonna open with the Styx set, and because we're going to play a 45-minute Styx set, they are going to only hear the big hits. Like there's no filler in this format. And we're leaving out a bunch of big hits because we only have 45 minutes, right? And then I'll go and change and come out as Steve Perry and I ham it up and it's all, then again just big hits and from night to night, if we're doing a series of shows on a weekend, say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll switch out a few songs, just to keep the band interested, but because there's about an hour of Journey hits, of big hits. I would say same with Styx, but that they're gonna know every song. They're gonna be singing along. It's gonna be great.
So your favorite song?
Oh, my favorite song. Oh wow, it's probably Glenn Campbell did it years ago. He's the lineman for the county. It was written by Jimmy Webb. That one just moves me. I don't know why.
Okay, and sticking with that, your favorite venue?
I get to play all over North America, so I've been in some really, really amazing rooms that are just they take your breath away when you're standing on the stage and you think of the artists who have presented and stood right where I was, like like we did Massey Hall with Hotel California, and it's pictures of Robert Plant on the wall, and anybody has ever played that place. But I like going to the Regent in Oshawa, to be honest with you. The staff there is really cool. They're really knowledgeable. Uh, we can have fun with them and relax, and the light show is top shelf. So locally, I like the Regent.
So tell us a bit about your involvement with the guy sitting in the top left there and his wife, Blackrose Entertainment. How did that evolve?
I met Scott at a Hotel California show. He was presenting us, and we just kind of hit it off. He's great to work with because there's no stress. He's pretty laid back, and his wife Christine is marvelous as well. And yeah, they're great people to work with. I think they understand how the musician mind works, and it just relieves a lot of stress. Yeah.
Why that music you're singing? You mentioned Foreigner, Bon Jovi, Journey, and Styx. Why that music? Just favorite growing up, or I want to do this? Tell us about how that evolved.
Well, I mean, Steve Perry is probably one of the best crooners in rock. I would call him a crooner, and I've spent a lot of time trying to master what the heck that guy does because he's amazing. There's a lot of Bon Jovi bands out there right now that are dropping it by a whole tone, and that's why we decided to add the Bon Jovi because I can sing it in the original key. Um, I've always been a fan of Styx, and all my guys, we feel the same way about these four groups that we present. We love the music, and the crowd loves the music. And demographically nowadays, that's kind of who's sitting in the crowd, the people that grew up listening to that.
Interestingly enough, my old neighborhood friend, Lawrence Gowan, who is the lead singer and keyboardist for Styx for the past 25 years, we interviewed him, maybe 6 months ago, and catching up was quite interesting. So, people want to extend this interview, the noise we're making here together. How can they get in touch with you? What are your social media IDs?
Okay, so the best way to get in touch with me is through the Facebook page, Trilogy Classics Live.
That's it?
Yeah, well, also the Zepp Show Canada, but because I do a Robert Plant as well. But
well, listen, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for coming back because I'm very long-winded. And you have a good day. And you know what we say here on Rogers Television? If you're happy, tell a friend. See you next time.
Right on, Mike. See you, Scott.
See you later.